Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament of the Christian Bible. I use the King James Version of the Bible to put together the prophecy of Israel. I pieced it together according to the instructions given to me in the prophecy, and it became the Book of Zion. In order to publish the Book of Zion, I had to write the commentary, the Potsmoker's Bible, because the Book of Zion is written entirely in Bible verse. Now, the commentary, which is what I'm reading right now, is I'm taking it verse by verse. So I'm explaining every passage in the Book of Zion so that you can see how it correlates to humanity and what we're experiencing right now. I'm on the 12th chapter of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the 9th chapter of the Book of Zion. And it's called, And the People Shall Be Oppressed. I told you yesterday that I would pick up with Daniel 11:32 to 35. I'm hoping that some of you looked it up, so you know it's coming. Now, Daniel 11:32 to 35 is Zion 9:2 to 5. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt with flatteries. But the people that do know their God shall be strong and do exploits. And they that understand among the people shall instruct many, yet they shall fall by the sword, and by flame, by captivity, and by spoiling many days. Now when they shall fall, they shall be helped with a little help, but many shall cleave to them with flatteries. And some of them of understanding shall fall, to try them, and to purge, and to make them white, even to the time of the end, because it is yet for a time appointed. Daniel explains that those who choose to become narcs are told flattering lies, and sometimes they even get paid. Then, when they have imprisoned everyone they can, they too are set up and sent to prison themselves. By lies and deceit, the oppressors use my people against each other. But those who remain true to their friends are in another passage called the Saints of the Most High. They have proven themselves loyal to their fellow Zionites, and they will be rewarded. These people will be able to develop abilities like telepathy and healing. These are all able to become priests. Our prison terms are not meant to be easy, nor are our lives. We are hunted like animals, and caged like them too. We lose our possessions. We pay lawyers to send us to prison. We're subjected to the worst possible living conditions by our captors. Some of us are killed. We are sent through hell for our loyalties. But this trial by fire is how we become saints. We are subjected to conditions that make us become better people. We must realize true morality, or be found to be too human to be acceptable by the grave. We pay our dues, learning the ways of the grave. We are forced to grow up and to overcome our childish society. Micah 7:5 and 6 becomes Zion 9:6 and 7. Trust ye not in a friend. Put not your confidence in your guide. Keep the doors of the mouth shut from her that lieth in your bosom. For the son dishonoreth the father, the daughter rises up against the mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house. Micah 7, 5, and 6 must have inspired the lawmakers when they decided to institute the war on drugs. The police policy of using Zionite people against each other, no matter the ties between them, is straight out of this passage. How could they read Micah and not know that they're doing the evil foretold by him? Psalms 44, 13 and 14 becomes Zion 9, 8, and 9. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbor, a scorn and a derision to them that are round about us. Thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among thy people. This explains the evil. This expands the evil to include the neighbors. It foretells the way that we are treated by everyone who isn't a part of us. We are scorned, and we are a derision. We are looked at with contempt and spoken of as if we were vile and ugly. Our neighbors and strangers, in other words, treat us like shit. Isaiah 3:5 becomes Zion 9:10. And this people shall be oppressed, everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancients, and the base against the honorable. Isaiah goes on even further, telling us that the oppression is ugly. Everyone will be pitted against everyone else. The children are taught to turn in their own parents. The least moral are encouraged to do their worst against those who are the most moral. The war on drugs is a practice of dog eat dog. Everyone for themselves. No person is supposedly too dear to betray. Isaiah 59:4 becomes Zion 9:11. None call for justice, nor any plead for truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity. Isaiah 59:4 tells us that the laws that are passed, which prohibit drug use, were never debated. No one brought forth any evidence as to the right of those using the drugs, nor was there any real evidence brought that provided proof that the use of drugs was determined to those using them or to society. The lawmakers just decided to create the prohibition based on propaganda and the desire of the corporate lobbyists. These laws are not valid. The Constitution of the United States of America, the creator of the war on drugs, is based on the Bill of Rights. No law which violates the Bill of Rights can be constitutional. Therefore, all of the laws prohibiting the use of drugs are unconstitutional. The USA never had the legal right to prohibit drug use in the first place. These laws violate not one, but three of our innate rights. 1. The right to the pursuit of happiness. 2. The right of self-determination. And 3. The right to privacy. Because these laws violate the Bill of Rights. They are not valid laws. The war on drugs is an illegal government action. The war on drugs is itself illegal. Ezekiel 22:29 becomes Zion 9:12. The people of the land have used oppression and exercised robbery, and have vexed the poor and needy. Yea, they have oppressed the stranger wrongfully. Ezekiel tells the truth about what the government is really doing. This is oppression. The laws against my people are very oppressive. We can't get a good job because they require drug tests that violate our right to privacy. What is more private than urine? We can't go to the doctors because they look for drugs in our system to use against us. We can't get housing because they won't allow us to use our drugs in our own homes. We can't get government aid, so we starve. They take our children from us. This is oppression. They rob us when we are caught violating the laws. They take our drugs. They fine us for having them. They take our possessions and sell them. They keep the proceeds. They simply steal all that we have. And I have already said that the pigs, what they did to me. I'm part of this. They even make us pay for the lawyers whose job it is to put us in prison. It's a show of a trial. Then they make us pay to be brainwashed in rehabilitation units. Rehab. This is robbery because the laws are unconstitutional. They don't have the right. The robbers target the poorest people. If a person has enough money, they can bribe the officials and have the charges dropped. Or they can pay to go to rehab, and they can pay fines, and they can do a light sentence of community service instead of a prison sentence. The rest of us are stripped of our rights and our possessions. We're sent to prison to be rehabilitated. We are then forced to be watched by parole officers. It's only the poor that go to prison. The rest go to rehab. The police patrol our highways and target people passing through. These people have the hardest time of all. They have to go to jail, pay a huge bond, and return over and over again. They have to pay a high price to transfer their case to their home state, or be forced to endure prison without family close by. These strangers are targeted because they're the easiest prey of all. And I'm going to stop there because I only have a minute left, and you know that's not long enough to do anything for me. So next time, I am going to start out with Psalms 10, 8, and 9. And we will see where that leads us. So I want you to know that you're all in my thoughts. I love you guys so much. So, may the great watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light. The unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. That'll make you happy. Stay happy and high if you use drugs. You have every right and reason to. Just keep watching, you'll see what I mean. Love you. Later, because I'll never say goodbye.